presents
the Meteoriks Awards
2019.
And start the video.
You say, we say, the best deserve a statue. The Meteoriks Awards 2019. Celebrating the past demo scene year.
Hey, I'll come up.
So Dojo, tell us exactly what is the Meteoriks Award.
Well, it's an award that started like 5, 6, I don't remember, it's been so long, years ago to find the best demos of the previous demo scene year, this case 2018, and also to go through all the prods of the last year and kind of try to look behind the crowd pleasing factor and try to look behind who won the compos and look for some hidden true gem that didn't really get a lot of attention but furthered the goals of the demo scene as a whole.
So the name of the Meteoriks itself comes from our great friend Gilles Constant, who was named Meteoriks. And we also chose this name because we think your prod is striking the scene like a meteor. We hope it will kindle Dino, because we love our dinos in the demo scenes. And so that's where they came from, the name.
Right. And what we did in the first 3 months of this year was we decided on a set of 9 categories. Incidentally, we kept the same categories as last year. And for each of those categories, we formed a jury of 3-ish members. We had one jury of 4. The more the better, right? And those jurors, they watched through the entire set of productions of last year, which in itself is an awesome feat because we had like 8,000 or 9,000 productions all across the year. They watched through those productions and tried to pick out 5 productions that stood out in their respective category. And out of those 5 productions, they picked a winner. We announced the nominees, those 5 very special productions, about 1 month ago on our website. And tonight, you're going to see who takes home one of these beautiful statues.
Yeah, finally tonight we will know the name of the winners, but we will only see excerpts of the production, right? We don't have extended time to broadcast them all.
Not really.
But basically the jury will come on stage, explain exactly why they chose those productions, both for nomination. Maybe they have some honorable mentions and they will announce the winner. So of course, they will give the fantastic prize and we will see a lot of hugs. Let's hope for hugs, because you know, we do like hugs. And we'll have a good time.
And so if anyone is interested in watching the actual productions that won in full length, I would like to invite everyone interested tomorrow night at 2100, 9 p.m. over there in the seminar area. We're going to show our 9 laureates in full length. So I'll come out. Did I forget anything?
No, I think we have everything clear now, right?
All right. Any questions? Raise your hands.
No one is waiting.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I was a little afraid. So, without further ado, I think it is now time to move on to the first category. So, cue the category introduction.
For a scene that's been dead since 1999, our Walking Dead are pretty fresh. Let's kick off the frenzy with the Meteoriks Award for New Talents.
New talents. It's awesome to see all those fresh people coming to the scene. I used to see the scene is dead, but obviously it's not, and they bring fantastic production with them. So let's now see the nominees for the new talent category.
Meteoriks. Bitbenders. YX. Slurpee of Alcatraz. And Milky.
And to give this new prize, let's host the fantastic Dotsie, head of the jury for new talent, and see who won.
Hello Revision, hello CZ, and hello Twitch. We heard the claim "Scene is dead" many times during the decades of the scene. I remember retiring from Scene for the first time in the mid-90s because no one needed Amiga swappers anymore. Scene was dead for me. And I remember the last breakpoint in 2010 when we organizers said the following in an official last statement, which is still online by the way. I quote, "There is no doubt. The scene indeed is in some minor trouble these days. Back when we started, being interested in computers always meant you had to get somehow in touch with the demo scene. But there are reasons why there has been hardly coming any fresh blood into the scene during the last years. Followed by some more yada yada, it just meant one thing, scene will soon be there. But we have been terribly wrong. Sure, the average scener is a bit older. Being elite and old school nowadays means something similar to, damn, your computer is older than I am. Fresh blood pours into the scene from all over the world, and being part of the demo scene is still the hot shit. Demo scene is far from dead, it evolved. And our nominees prove it, which brings me to what you have been waiting for. We don't have any honorable mention this year. All our nominees kicked so much ass that we didn't want to single out anyone specifically, except one. After long nights of jury meetings, watching and rewatching the nominees' productions, we finally agreed that for size coding on an unpopular platform, catchy visuals and aesthetics, the Meteoriks Award 2019 for the new talent goes to YX.
So cool. Wow.
Stage lights on, please.
Good prize.
Thank you.
God, that is a lot of people. Wow. There you go. Thank you, everyone. And especially thank you to Subby for inviting me to Revision a year ago and starting all of this madness. Thank you so much.
Oh. And without further ado, let's move on to the soundtrack category.
The visuals are the face of a demo, but the soundtrack is its soul. Pump up the volume for the Meteoriks Award for Best Soundtrack.
So if you're anything like me, the soundtrack of a demo is what kind of makes or breaks demo. The soundtrack transports emotion, it transports an atmosphere, and it can fit or not fit a demo. A great demo with a non-fitting soundtrack is kind of half a great demo. And a so-so demo, to me, with an awesome soundtrack, I'll listen to it over and over and over again. So, let's see whose soundtracks tingled our eardrums the most last year, and have a look at our nominees for this year.
Mono Amin by Altair. Dying Stars by Orange. Trash Panda by Logicoma. Bros Before Foes by Pooh Brain and Logicoma. And number one, Another One by CNCD and Fairlight.
Oh fuck, I'm getting goosebumps already. So, I'd like to introduce our juror on stage who will present and represent the best soundtrack jury. And I would like to make it known that I did tie myself this year. Welcome on stage, my personal assistant, Trias. Good evening!
So, I'm switching this here. Oh, there it is. So, here we are celebrating another year of awesome releases with awesome soundtracks. But what is considered to be a good soundtrack, and why? What separates a good one from an outstanding one? Is it the composition, the chord progression? Is it the instruments? Well, soundtracks went through quite a change during the last years, coming from a more or less pure compositional side and over to a whole new level where other things got more and more important with falling limitations on technical possibilities. Nowadays, the soundtrack, as Dojo already said, is the key to enrich the visuals to a demo, making it a complete product. And there were many awesome soundtracks released last year. In our jury, we had the quite impossible task to crown the best one. We had quite some discussions. Should it be something with a great harmonic approach like Dying Stars, or rather a track that more lives from its awesome sound design like Trash Panda? Well, in the end, it was a very close race between all nominees, which make us want to hand out more trophies than possible. Means, can we have 5 trophies, please? Damn it.
Nope.
So without further ado, let's raise the curtain for this year's winner. A track which pretty much does something only a winner soundtrack can achieve. It makes a great product outstanding, and in this case, little spoiler here, in only 64K. Let's give it a huge hand. This year's winner, Bros Before Foes by Pooh Brain and Logicoma. Composed by Hoffman and Paris.
Come on stage, guys.
Can I have my volume, please?
Everyone gets a hug. I didn't write anything. Thank you. I mean, we love making this stuff, and we love the fact that you like it too. And he made it sound really effing loud. Yeah, I made the loud.
Thank you very much. This is a lot more emotional than I'm letting on because I'm tired working on the next one of these. But thank you very much. It's amazingly motivating to get these now for a couple years in a row. And we couldn't be happier. Thank you so much.
All right, so next category.
There's always space for one more bite, until there isn't. This is the Meteoriks Award for Best Small High-End Intro.
So how small is small, right? Because when we say small high-end intros, the one we just saw is kind of tiny, right? But here we're speaking about 8K or less, and on high-end, so on big PC machines. And you do miracles with such a tiny size, in compression, in effect, in music. You blow our minds. So let's see the nominees for this category.
Pirate by Rishishla. From the Seas to the Stars by EOS. Transient by LJ and Virgil. Oscar's Chair by EOS. And One of Those Days by Loonies.
So who will win this crazy category? Let's host Subi, that will announce our winner and maybe some honorable mentions, right?
Possibly, yes.
Okay.
They're heavier than they look. Say hello to Subi.
Everyone on Twitch will have seen enough of me by the end of this. I've only had time for one beer as well, so this may not be as random as normal. So, basically, PCs these days are too powerful, aren't they? They're too easy to write demos for, aren't they? And when I started, they were like pity little things that were worse than Amigas. But these days, they're evolving their own intelligence, and I give it 5 years before they've killed us all. But these days, to be impressive, you have to give yourself an artificial limitation. And in this case, we decided that 4K or 8K was a reasonable base to do that. Who needs more than 4K? Well, the answer is not many people. When we started doing the jury for this category, we thought this is going to be a reasonably easy job because there aren't that many of them released. So we thought we'll all go away and we'll come up with our own top 5, and there's bound to be something that's similar on the lists. We ended up with 15 clear winners. So, and it was a good job we were all in different time zones, so we couldn't go around to each other's houses. We did eventually whittle it down to just 2. And we must have talked about these 2 for a week. But we did have to make a decision, because as Trias pointed out, we're not allowed more than 1. So, because one of us is a dirtier fighter than the other one, the honourable mention goes to One of These Days by Loonies
Give him a hand.
And the winner, the laureate, is Oscar's Chair by EOS.
Oscar's Chair by EOS.
Visitor here might be a bit too nervous and to say anything, but this is a really good motivational and really big part of this scene, career, and journey for both of us. And it's just really incredible that this intro got nominated and won the category.
We honestly thought that Loonies would have it in the bag, actually. So we're very surprised, and thank you very much. Thank you.
And now let's move on to the next category.
And now it's time to honor pixels so fresh and beautiful you'll fall in love with them. We're handing out the Meteoriks Award for Best Visuals.
So, as I established earlier, the soundtrack is clearly soul of a demo, and nobody ever will disagree. Also, nobody will ever disagree that everyone will really disagree. Actually, the mixing desk disagreed with me just now. So, without a doubt, the visuals are like the outside skin of a demo. That stuff that makes a demo look good. And for this year, our jury didn't want to send one representative on stage to tell us who takes away the statue. No, they all wanted to get on stage at the same time. So, I'll give you Lupin, Meteoriks, and Mr. Speaky.
Hi everyone, we are the Best Visuals jury for 2019. I'm Lupin.
I'm Speaky.
And I'm Meteoriks. The demo scene is all about recognizing people who choose to set limitations on themselves. People who chain their feet down in order to grow wings. Whether it's 64K, 4K, or 328 bytes, VIC-20 or Vectrex, or self-built Frankenstein, the demo scene is about taking risks and expanding the frontiers of the possible.
Our job was to recognize the artistic achievement that expands the scene's visual vocabulary. The people we want to recognize today put artistic limitations on themselves in order to show, in the true demo scene spirit, what you can do more with less. With that in mind, we'd like to recognize the winner in our category for the year 2019.
This year, we will be recognizing a demo that is a textbook example of less is more. In this production, the disciplined use of negative space, line, and framing combined with skillful interplay of 2D and 3D imagery to result in a work of art that is more than an exercise of minimalism. The artist who created this work has successfully imbued a simple geometrical construct with an inner life and emotions. The winner of Meteoriks Award for Best Visuals 2019 is Zetsubo by Prison Beings.
Prison Beings, come on stage.
Hi, I'm back, and I appreciate that jury appreciates, well, as they perfectly described, this negative space and use of minimalism and some moderately noisy path tracing. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. And now, let's get on with the next category, which is about old computers.
Who said you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Show off your mojo in the Meteoriks Award for Best Low-End Production.
Those poor machines, right? Like all our childhood, they entertained us, and now you are still hitting hard on them, trying to make them probably die. You're so mean sometimes. So this category is about low ends. You all know what it is. It's 16-bit bus or less. And let's see who are the nominees for this category.
The Star Wars demo by Sensor Design. Hexel by Ephedrina. PHX by Condense. Unboxed by Bonsai. And Part 2 Horizons by Unique.
No, you see what I mean. You are awesome. Look at what you do with those machines, right? And let's host Aceman, head of our jury, to give the prize and maybe some honorable mentions.
Hello. Okay. Okay, so the so-called retro platforms are the core of the demo scene art, breaking down their limits and creating stuff that their designers couldn't dream of. But for demo scene, they are not retro at all. Thanks to you, they are still alive and kicking. In this category, we immersed ourselves in over 800 productions, looking for shiny gems for probably every possible platform, from Amiga, Commodore, Amstrad, Atari, to things like Elektronika, Soviet home computer. Apart from technical achievements, we were also looking for productions that provided us with aesthetic experiences, presented with an unusual idea and outstanding execution. The winning demo dazzled us with its performance. Soundtrack beautifully glued with visuals, reminding us of the golden years of, spoiler, Amiga scene. Cutting-edge engine and a strong sense of visuals direction make this experience something special. So, the Meteoriks Award for Best Low-End Production goes to Part 2 Horizons by Unique.
Part 2 Horizons by Unique. Is someone from Unique in the room to get some reward and hugs? No?
Oh yeah, someone's making his way forward.
Oh, fantastic. You, this way, this way.
Do I need to say something? I was totally not expecting this.
So here is your prize. And
Thank you.
congratulations. It's awesome. If you want to say something, don't hesitate. No words.
This is like, I don't know.
Weren't expecting that.
It speaks for itself, right?
I was like, I just, yeah, no words.
Bravo, bravo, it's awesome. And now, let's move on to the next category.
Stuff your visuals some more so you can fit in more scroll text. It's time for the Meteoriks Award for Best High-End 64K Intro.
So, I think we can all say that 64K is one of those categories that were thought dead for a while, and since have risen from the ashes like a phoenix and brought forth a bunch of new demo groups who are producing a lot of really kick-ass productions. And I'm not talking about one per year, I'm talking about 2 or maybe 3. So, let us see the nominees for this year who made a great 64Ks.
%, by Macau Exports. Transphosphorylation by Ink. Bros Before Foes by Poohbrain and Logicoma. Trash Panda by Logicoma. And When Silence Dims the Stars Above by Conspiracy.
And now it's my pleasure to welcome our juror on stage. You could call him experienced because he's done the same thing last year. Please welcome Lambda Core.
Hi there. So, 2018 saw a good amount of 64K intros, and our duty as jury watching them all was very enjoyable. Each of us ranked the entries, looking for the quality of the graphics, effects, audio and direction, and we came together to compare our top 5 entries. We immediately found out that we all had 2 entries in common, and 3 of the other entries were on the list of 2 jurors each. That made selecting the nominees an easy and painless process for us. The more challenging part was then deciding on the winner. We took our time and looked at the nominees and on our individual lists and reasons, and discussed the matter quite intensely and with passion. After we come to a decision on a winner, the decision for our honorable mention was very clear and definite, as no other entry came close to the story told and the incredible atmosphere found in When Silence Dims the Stars Above by Conspiracy. But this year's winner entry distinguished itself from the others by having the little bit of extra polish and overall feeling of a well-rounded entry with a nice mixture of interesting ideas, supported by a very fitting and well-supporting soundtrack. And with all that said and done, the winner is Trash Panda by Logicoma. get up on stage.
We have a repeat offender. Come on, guys. Come on here, guys. You know the way. You're a large group. It's easier to share.
Wow, 2 years in a row? I can't believe I'm saying that. Thank you so much. I know for me that this was a departure in a lot of the technical things I normally do, and I don't know. I'm just really happy it's appreciated, and I guess these guys have more to say because I think they really carried this one.
I mean, I really love doing the music for this one because this guy smashed it out the park. Like, give it up for Nobi. Just, woo!
I've said enough tonight already.
Okay, and that brings us to technical
If
achievements.
you're looking for your job, it's down in the toilet tunnel somewhere. Brace yourselves for the Meteoriks Award for Outstanding Technical Achievement.
So I think the name of this one is pretty obvious, right? What we want here is people that blow our minds and have our jaws broken on the floor and unable to catch them again. So basically, here's a list of our nominees for this year. Enjoy.
When Silence Dims the Stars Above by Conspiracy. Aeon Demo by Shiru. My Lucky Number by Loonies. Pirate by Rishishla. And Ikebun by F Squared and Jetlag.
So that's a huge variety of technicality, right? Like, we have high end, we have low end, and it's all incredible. So please welcome on stage our head of jury, ERG866, who actually won this category last year, right? Awesome.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. When you ask the question, what is an outstanding technical achievement, I believe that you will get a slightly different answer every time. And as such, as this is one of the most diverse categories, it presented itself in many different shapes. For some demos, it's not so much the production itself that constitutes an outstanding technical achievement, but the way of getting there. And this was exhibited by Aeon Demo, which, where the effort or the achievement really lies in reverse engineering the platform, a vintage telephone, something not traditionally considered a demo platform, in order to get such an amazing demo running on it. And other times it might present itself in audio-visual form, like when Silence Dims the Stars Above, which is a demo or an intro which impresses by cramming such breathtaking visuals in such a tiny space. but something that I guess everybody is able to appreciate is if a demo comes along and smashes it and really raises the bar by doing something extraordinary and contributing to the demo scene as a whole, or at least to a category for coming productions, such is the case with our laureate. It is a production that in this category caters to an entirely new human sense without compromising visual fidelity, the auditorial. And as such, the jury agrees, and I, for one, I'm very excited to see new 256-byte intros with sampled music, and that makes me especially excited to announce to you that the laureate for this category this year is Ikubun by F-Squirt and Jetlag. Congratulations.
Ikubun, F-Squirt and Jetlag, come on stage. Grab your prize.
Thank you very much. There's a lot of effort put in this by Frag, so say hi to him, make sound for him. He made it possible. Thank you.
Bravo. And now let's move on to the next category, the high-end demos.
The only limit is your imagination, or your GPU's melting point in the Meteoriks Award for Best High-End Demo.
Okay, so now all the limits are gone, and everyone can just produce whatever they can cram into a computer. That's the limit. And people are getting wild. We have seen a fair share of jaw-dropping, full-size demos last year, and to list them all will take all evening. And so, our jury had the hard job to find, or decide on the 5 best of them. And so let's see who they decided on. Let's take a look at our nominees.
Mon Ami by Altair. Block 1 by Fairlight and Cocoon. Meteoriks by Altair. For Your Love by ASD. And number 1, Another One by CNCD and Fairlights.
And for a representing juror on stage for this category, I would like you all to give him a very special greeting. Can I get a loud Nuance for Nightmare of Nuance?
Hey folks. Hey KD. So, in February, 3 jurors started looking for the best high-end demo. We looked at a lot of productions on different platforms and first narrowed them down to a top 10 list. Then we picked our 5 nominees from that. We also scored each production using a point-based system, and we awarded points for several aspects what we think make a demo best of the year together. Those aspects are code, engine and shaders, graphics, 2D as well as 3D, music, style and synchronization, design, ideas, style and effects. In the end, most of our discussion revolved about the true winner. 2 demos were really astonishing and both were hot contestants for first place. We were split 2-1 about who gets the trophy, and the decision was tough. So we would like to first present an honorable mention to a demo that features beautiful and fascinating particle routines that have never been seen before and connects them with a beautiful visual style and a well-produced soundtrack. For Your Love by Andromeda Software Development.
Give him a hand.
And that brings me to this year's laureate, a demo with unique and polished scenes and a clear visual direction, combined with a perfectly fitting soundtrack. The Meteoriks Award 2019 for Best High-End Demo goes to number 1, another one by CNCD and Fairlight. Congratulations.
CNCD and Fairlight. Come on stage. Okay, so Fairlight, come on stage, apparently.
Thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you. The other guys, we had a really nice team on this one, and none of the other guys could be here. The name number 1, another one, was not taken completely seriously. We kind of meant it as a joke, but thanks for taking it seriously anyway and voting it number 1.
All right. So I see there's only one statue left. Let's move to the next category and see who gets it.
Put on your artsy French hats and break out the megaphones. We're handing out the Meteoriks Award for Best Direction.
So I'm still not very sure what is direction, you know. Maybe it's like actor studio with pixels and saying, oh, you have to be the actor, you know, leave the actor and all, but not really sure. They say that it's pacing, they say that it's a setting, they say it's camera work and all. Well, I guess our entries of this year have everything of that, so let's watch our nominees.
So Nox by Altair. When Silence Dims the Stars Above by Conspiracy. Pinky Frinky by Ninja Dev. Number 1, Another One by CNCD and Fairlight. And SB04 Echo Chamber by Space Pigs.
So it's clear that all those productions are fantastic and they all followed the good advice of Nobi that he explained at last demo bit, right? Don't leave the background black, right? That's the thing to know. But let's ask Nobi and Branch, our jury tonight.
Hello again.
So if the previous category was all technical limits lifted, in this category, the only limit that you have is your own imagination and your own mind. Direction, the often overlooked and misunderstood term, but increasingly important as our technological parameter space introduces more and more avenues for creative expression. In context of the demo scene, we understand direction as the measure of how well the work reaches its vision, how well it's brought to fruition, how well it communicates and dazzles us. No technological advancement, however, makes that cognitive, creative process any easier.
The Best Direction jury faced a huge challenge with the nomination process due to the diversity of styles, ideas, and the overall quality of the releases. We ended up with a pool of several extremely praiseworthy productions, which we had to narrow down to 5, and eventually just to 1. Due to the overall high quality in this year's nominees, we are also handing out an honorable mention. The group behind Jury's pick for honorable mention has more than 10 members actively working on the same demo, which still resulted in a surprisingly well thought out production with a focus on the 80s and 90s Memphis style and MTV-like visuals. So, this year's honorable mention is Pinky Frinky by Ninja Dev.
Congratulations to Ninja Dev. The winner of the Best Direction Meteoric is awarded to the production the jury felt took the most risks, but also got the most mileage out of them. The risks included choices such as mostly static scenes, very little camera movement, and generally a glacial pace. All these choices are absolutely necessary for the production to deliver its emotional impact, a rare filmic microcosm in the demo scene. The award for the Best Direction Meteoric goes to Conspiracy for When Silence Dims the Stars Above.
When Silence Dims the Stars Above, Conspiracy. Is Gaga here? Yeah! No flag tonight, my goodness. Congratulations.
Come on, come on.
Yeah!
More hands.
Yeah, you got one. Here we go.
Is this the bit where we say something? Because like, us two, we had nothing to do with the direction part. It's because the guy sitting at home, Zoom, is one of the best directors and graphics artists of all fucking time. Give him up a big hand, come on! Woo! Also send him email to hurry up with the next intro, okay?
Thank you guys.
Bravo!
And now that the table is empty, as we can all see, it is time for some closing words.
Yes. We need to thank first our juror, right?
Let's cue the closing video. Thank you. So yeah, don't forget the screening tomorrow at 9. And we would like to thank all of our jury people, which are Aceman, Branch,
Gino, Doug D, Idring Fuck,
Fizzer, Flopin, Hoffman,
Hellfire, Erchel, Kuma, Kusma,
Lambdacor, Lamogi, Las,
Menas, Meteoriks, Nightmare,
Nobi, Erg1866, Oki,
Speaky, and well, it went too fast, and maybe I should.
Subi, Trias, Truck, VC Voltage,
Zdan, and Zoom.
Thank you.
And thank you to you, man, and to Andros, DFox, all the organization of Revision, right?
Right. Thanks to all our partners, Tastatur und Maus e.V., Echtzeit Digitale Kultur, and SceneSet. And also to all the people in the back. Andro, DFox,
Thank
Dirty,
you so much, Andro.
Susan Cruisen, Urs, Yogi, Ziphoid, the Frenchie.
And the German guy here, right?
And most of all, thanks to all of you for doing what you do. We want to do this again next year.
Yeah, keep on
So get your fucking
killing.
game on.
It's awesome.
Thank you so much.
See you next year.
And now, I have one addition to make. And I hope the Beam team doesn't kill me now, because I fucked up. And I forgot to mention the Best Visuals nominee video. And I want everyone to see these great nominees, at least in excerpts. So, can the Beam team please start the nominee video again? Thank you.
Iota by Logicoma. Setsubo by Prism Beings. Pinky Frinky by Ninja Dev. Number 1, Another One by CNCD and Fairlights. And Transient by LJ and Virgil.
Thank you. And now, you may all go out and booze.
Yeah, go and
Thank you
booze.
much.